You know, for the last 20 something days we've been here. I mean, we go from here, we're just in this little island. We walk to the well, we walk to where the bathroom is, we walk to our swimming hole. This is our life. You know, we have our bed. We haven't been to John Who. We haven't, you know, been anywhere else. You know, we don't even take a boat across the lake. This is where we're staying, you know, and then to actually get on a reward to travel outside our comfort zone at the moment, you know, to drive through the town, to see different you know, we saw a tea shop where the guy was outside with a teapot, was just pouring water. Just to see stuff like that was amazing, you know. And then when we were up in the plane, to see how big China actually is, you look out and you can see the fields and buildings, and you know, I mean, it's amazing. You know, it's just incredible that, you know, it's so big, and yet we're in this little cramped spot. You know, I mean, it's just so much to see and take in such a short interval of time. You know, you try to look around and grasp as much as you can, and you know, I mean, it's overwhelming. We got to the temples. You know, that was just a total different experience all itself. We pulled in, and there's a whole group of people practicing right in the beginning. They were all wearing red shirts. Then we went a little bit further, and there's all people on top of the building practicing flips and cartwheels, wearing blue shirts. And you go a little bit further, and there's a whole group of people wearing yellow shirts, practicing like the drunken bow thing. And then you go a little further, and then you finally get to the temple, and you know, we're walking around with the monks, and to see all the stuff that's going on in there, and the monks themselves. When we went in for the demonstration, all the monks were sitting all the way around the temple and watching, and the Grand Master come up, and you know, you have to do your celebratory thing to the Grand Master, and we went up and we sat down next to him, and you know, he smiled a little bit, and you know, I mean, I didn't think he would ever smile. I mean, it's not the kind of guy that you would think that would happen to, you know. To be in the presence of the Grand Master of any martial art, or you know, any type of like, it's like being in front of a king or being in front of the president. I mean, you always have to have respect. You always have to, you know, be humble. You always have to, you know, smile and nod and have respect. And for me, I mean, I would, you know, have tons of respect for someone like that. And then to actually see the demonstration, it was fantastic. These guys were like, each person did the best they could. You know, they picked the best guy, and one guy would do the sword, one guy would do a spear, one guy, he rubbed himself with his own chi, and people were hitting him with the sticks, and they were breaking over his shoulders and breaking over his legs. This one guy, he had 2 iron steel plates and smacked them over his head, and they broke in half. I mean, the blood was trickling down his face. They had these little kids. They're like doing these flips on their heads. They had a guy, he had these chains. He's like whipping them around and hopping on his butt and whipping it underneath them. I mean, these guys were like fantastic, you know, and just to see them, to see how much dedication that you have to put into it, and to be that good, you know, I mean, it's a lifetime achievement for them. And you know, the guy, one of the monks asked me, you know, he said, I told him that I was going for my promotion, I've been nominated for promotion, and he says, well, you're an expert. And I said, no, I'm not an expert. I'm still learning. There's always learning and he was like, yes, it's always learning. So I mean, we had a little connection, and he was asking me about my stuff, and I was asking him about his background. And I mean, the experience itself, I mean, for just that particular moment in time, was worth all the time that I've been here. I think that PG and Eric both have a better understanding of how I am, and how humble, I guess the word would be. I mean, I don't show off here at camp. I do what's expected. I do what I'm supposed to do. And I've been trying to hide that section of me a little bit, but sometimes I can't help it. It just comes out. And yeah, I definitely think they get a little more appreciation for who I am.